D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I watched the second episode of Loki on Disney Plus, and I have to say, right off the bat, it was a little boring, and this is why. It was a lot of talky. I know that Mobius, I kept calling him a Morbius in the last review, breakdown, whatever. I'll get over it. But Mobius, the first episode, he's like, you like to talky. And I'm all like, oh my God, you guys like to talk. Cause like there were some times in here where I was like, this scene is going on like 5 minutes too long. Like what you're talking about, you could have broke that crap down like right away and everything. So I have a theory on what Lady Loki is. Lady Loki, I'm going to use her as a thumbnail for this, but you knew that because you're watching this. But Lady Loki, I have a theory about her, which I will reveal at the end. I hate telling my theories because I hate, like Loki, I like being right. But when you're wrong about a theory, you're just like, ugh, I feel so foolish. But there were things I did overall. This episode wasn't like bad, but it wasn't like good. Like it's just boring. And I'm all like, there's only 6 episodes in this season. I mean, maybe there's a surprise, 7th one, but I think there's only going to be 6. I don't think that, because of COVID and everything, they had to like do stuff differently. So I don't think it's going to be an extra episode, but we'll see. I could be wrong about that. There's a theory I could be wrong about too. So they really need to I was like, if they don't reveal Lady Loki in this episode, then this show is for sure doomed because they need to start ramping it up because 6 episodes is not enough for you to take your time. So, but like I said, this show, I don't know. I mean, so far it's kind of boring just because it's mostly talky, and I'm fine with that because writing is really important and they have a lot of really good lines in here, but for the most part, I'm just like, I need a little bit of action in my shows because, I don't know. Well, why don't we go ahead and we'll get started on breaking down this episode. And we'll talk. I'll tell you what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and this shouldn't be too long because some of the stuff is just like I said, it's so long. Like I was like doing screen grabs for this, and some of them I grabbed way too many because I was like, oh, I only need like 2 or 3, and I grabbed like 10. I was like, ugh. So it starts off at this Renaissance fair in Oshkosh Bagosh in Wisconsin. And, he's got these monks sipping on the red cups and everything. So, it's in America because apparently we love these red cups and everything. And the TVA shows up. And I love when I first saw this woman, I thought it was Catherine Hahn, but like a younger Catherine Hahn, like they de-aged her and she was Jared just like messing around and everything. Like that was my first reaction. I was like, oh my God, is that Catherine Hahn? And then I was like, oh, never mind. But I was just like, man, that would have been so funny that she just showed up in another show and everything. So they show up and she's like, you guys are not dressed correctly and everything. And it's like, oh, shut up. So they're like the time variance in that tent over there. Or what are they called? The time variant. Yeah. So they go in here, and as soon as they did, I was like, it's a trap. What gets me out the TVA is you think they'd send out a memo that there's somebody killing TVA members. So maybe you guys should take more than 4 people, like get your stuff together. So they go in and, it's dark. So I'm all like, you guys are so stupid. You should have turned a light on of some sort. Like you guys are the TVA and you don't have like special lamps to light up a room. Ugh, so stupid. So Lady Loki touches this one and she goes all green eyed and then she's possessed or whatnot by Loki and she takes out the rest of the team. Except for this guy, he gets stabbed by Lady Loki with a big dagger and everything. And she grabs this one along with their little time reset bombs and takes her into this thing because she steals her little gadget and everything. I love how I'm doing this like you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so we go back to the TVA and he's reading about jet skis and everything. Never been on a jet ski myself. I've never found the need to anyways. So, and he's being quizzed by Miss Minutes. I think that's her name. I don't even care. I hate this Miss Minutes character. I hate it. It's so stupid. But we'll see. Maybe she plays a bigger role. I just know that every time she's on screen, I'm just like, oh, kill her, please. And she's quizzing him. And he, gets it right or whatever. And he's like, and she hops back into that little computer right there. And so he shows up, gives him a jacket, and it's a cool jacket. I like that jacket and everything. And then they're sitting here and they're going to go out into the field because they're going to go to Oshkosh Bagosh, and they're getting a briefing. And I have to say, this actress, I don't remember her name, but the character, I like the actress, but the character is a total bitch. I do not like this character, this TVA agent lady. I don't like her. She's not a nice person. She just wants to kill she's she's trigger happy and everything. She just wants to kill everybody that comes through the doors. That's not a TVA member. And I just don't like her. She's not nice. She's mean for no reason. Like, I mean, I get it. You don't like variants, but like, you'd have like, there's no compassion in this woman whatsoever. Same thing with the leader lady. I don't remember her name. It doesn't even matter. Anyways, so they're sitting here and they're talking about powers, and he's all like, no, I like how he's like, I got a jacket, and I like, he turns around and it's like, nice little touch with the variant thing right there. So then she talks about, they talk about illusion casting and then self projection, and he's all like, no, there's a difference. Illusion is, it's different magic. Illusion is creating the illusion or whatever, a different illusion, and then force projection is creating yourself in that time and then projecting it and everything. So it's like a doppelganger kind of thing, which I thought was interesting. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, but it's magic. So, or maybe it's science. I don't know. They're trying to be like, magic is science that you just don't understand yet. I don't believe that crap. Anyways, because Wanda and Doctor Strange, that's magic. That's not science. Okay. Anyways, whatever. So then they go through all these other different Lokis, which I thought was super fun. I didn't get a screenshot of the Frost Giant one. That one was my favorite because he looked very cool. And so they're talking about, the other Loki. And then they go through the portal and they go to this Renaissance fair. And and Loki is all like, yo, I'm gonna get that meeting with it was before this, but I'm gonna get that meeting with the time leaders. I don't remember their name. Doesn't even matter. The lizard people, the three lizard people, the time creators. I don't remember. Geez. Anyways, and he's like, we'll see. Which I'm all like, just if he wants to meet them and you guys are stringing them along. If it was me, I'd just be like, you guys aren't. I'm not helping you because you guys aren't helping me. Help me help you. So, anyways, they go in here and Loki he wastes time because he's all like, don't leave this room. It's a trap. If you leave, you're gonna get killed, kind of thing. And he brings up some kind of Norse thing about like eyes and teeth or whatnot. And everything, and she's like, he's wasting time. And then he's like, I really need, he's like, I really need to talk to the time leaders because they're in danger. And he's like, yeah, I've got ears too, whatever. So they leave and they set one of these time bombs, and we got to see what it does. Like it just destroys everything. It just kills everything. And it says timeline reset, and all is the crisis averted. So then this is a good shot of this time lizard. I'm just going to call him time lizard. So the time lizard. And then we're in this woman's office, and he's talking about how she's keeping all of these trinkets from their missions, which I thought was interesting. Nothing in there I could see was something from like the MCU. If it is, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I honestly just don't care. So they're sitting here talking. And she's like, the time lizards are worried. They're constantly checking the timeline and everything. And she's all like, this is your last chance because this guy, I want to reset him. And I don't like her either. She's not a nice person either. I know that, she's not as mean as the other lady, but she's not nice either. And I'm just like, I don't like her. And so she's like, here, sign this field report or whatnot. And then something with this pen, because he's like, I don't remember this one and everything. So I'm like, I don't know what it says, but I honestly just don't care because this episode was so boring. Like, I don't know. Like, I really want to love this show, but like, I don't know. Anyway, but the whole time he's like bad mouthing Loki. And then he comes out and he's like, hey, buddy, let's do this. And then they get to the elevator. And I don't remember all what they said here, but he said something about how you're a little boy, you're a little frost giant boy or something like that. And then they get on the elevator and they go down. There's the little lizards. They're ugly. And they're sitting here chit-chatting. He stops by the library and he's all like, hey, go through these files like your life depends on it, because it does, kind of thing. And so he's going through these files. He doesn't want to do it. And it sounds boring. I'm all like, I mean, I don't see how that would help anyways, just to go pour over a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm not a detective, so what do I know? And so he's like, all right, I'm going to go check out some other stuff. So he goes to this woman. He's all like, I need the files on when time started. And she's like, it's classified. And he's like, when the TVA started, that's classified. When the time ends, and she's like, that's classified. And then he's like, what can I look at? And she gives him this file and I think it's his variant case file. Oh yeah, it's his. It says Loki right there. Okay, good. So she gives him his case file, which I was like, okay, that's kind of fun. And then he goes over the destruction of Asgard. And it's classified a class 7 apocalypse, total planetary destruction. And it says Ragnarok on there, and it says, all this stuff. And then it says, casualties was 9,719, entire civilization annihilated. Now I have to just say something. Asgard as a planet only had 9,000, less than 10,000 people on it. Like, man, how were they like the dominant supremacy in the all of what is it called, Midgard's Earth, whatever it's called? How did they survive? I'm just saying, like, nobody else could destroy them. So it says total planetary destruction. He gets upset. And it says 0 variance energy detected. And that's where he gets his big idea. He's all like, wait, what? So he goes to the lunchroom. And the lunchroom's kind of boring, but I'm like, whatever. And real quick, so he's got a can of Josta on the table, and he drank that last one. So Josta, I used to drink that when I was a kid. They touted it as having double the caffeine as a soda, as a regular cola. And like, me and my family, we would take, road trips or whatnot. And I remember I'd be all like, I'm going to stay awake this whole road trip. And I would drink Josta. Like, I would just drink like cans of it. And I was like, oh, I ended up falling asleep because I was a kid and I was like, tired and stuff. But I just remember drinking Josta because I was like, oh, this is going to make me stay awake all night and everything. And no, it didn't. So he's talking about how female Loki, Lady Loki, how she's hiding, but they don't know it's a she yet, is hiding in apocalypses. Like, she's going there, she's hanging out, because whatever she does, she can do anything, it'll get erased and it won't show up on their radar. So she can go hang out there and she's good to go. So, and then he uses this thing about the salad. And I thought this, again, was a lot of talky. It was a lot of exposition when it could have been a very shortened exposition. Like, we could have gotten more out of this episode if everybody wasn't talking so much. And I get it. It's a TV show. You got to talk, but maybe a lot less talking, a lot more action. Like that song says, you know what I'm saying? And so he grabs this juice box and does this whole thing. Hold on. I'm trying to get past all this. See, I grabbed way too many screenshots for this because I didn't need to. And he's all like, that doesn't make any sense, kind of thing. So they go to Pompeii. So they're in Pompeii. And he's all like, what is it that you want to do here? And he's like, just make some bird noises. And Loki's like, no, we can do anything we want because that mountain. So he jumps on this cart. Hold on. He jumps on like this also too much talking, jumps on this cart, frees the goats. And he's like, as it says here, we are agents from the Time Variance Authority. He's like, and then he's like, I know, I would know because I'm from the future. I like how he's like, is the time variance in the future, or where is that? So he's like, he's all like, you're all going to die. That volcano is going to explode. And everybody's just looking at him and everything. It's like, whatever, we can do whatever we want. And then the volcano explodes and he realizes that there is no time variances in that time. Like, it doesn't sprout off another branch of the timeline. So he's like, Loki's right. Which I just have to say, they only had like 4 minutes there, maybe. I'm like, that's not really a bunch of time, but I guess maybe if you show up like hours before it happens, it wouldn't. I mean, like, how early could you show up 24 hours before, the destruction of Asgard and just hang out for a little while and just be like, whatever about it, and you wouldn't get detected? How much time do you have in these apocalypses before you get detected? So then they go back and they're like, we have to look at what we can as far as apocalypses. And he's like, well, how many is there? And he's all like, I don't know. Let's go find out. So they're looking through all this stuff and they take a break and they go into the break room. And they're talking and they're again, talkie. And I'm all like, I don't care, you guys. But one thing that he does say is he mentions the little boy comment that he said earlier before the elevator. And then that gets Mobius thinking, hold on. And he goes, and then he's like, he gets to thinking, see, I grabbed too many screenshots. And they go to the evidence and they pull out that kablooey gum. I didn't get a screenshot of that. Of course I didn't. Anyways, so they get that kablooey gum that he got from episode 1 from that little boy in that church. And so they realized that the gum was only a certain number of years that it was created or whatnot. And I was like, okay, cool. And so they pour over some and they find one that they think is it. And it's a hurricane in 2040. I don't remember what year it was. Well past this. So he goes to what's her face, mean boss lady, and he wants her to sign off on it. And she's all like, I'm not going to sign off on this. And he's like, listen, I've never been more excited about something. Look how excited I am about this. I think we've got something here. Sign off on it. You know, I'm good. I got a hunch and everything. And she signs off on it. She's like, this is your last chance or whatever. I don't know what she meant by that. I mean, like, is he going to get erased? So then he gives him some knives and the mean cop lady is all like, I don't think so. And I'm all like, you know, you're not a nice person. I hope you die in this show. Probably not though. She'll probably like inherit the whole thing. Cause you know, yeah. So then they're sitting here talking. And they're talking about how this place, Haven Hills, Alabama, will be wiped out by a hurricane. And then you go to this, and there's the hurricane. And it's super sad because, like, at one point they're like in a room. Well, I'll get to it and everything. So they go to Roxcart, and I think this is about Roxxon, which is a company in the Marvel universe. It's like, and they did it in the Cloak and Dagger show, but I don't know if that counts as a part of the MCU. It was supposed to, but I don't know if it does. But so Roxxon is they did it in the also did they do it? Yeah, they did it in Fist of Fury, Iron Fist. Yeah, did they? Yeah, I think they did. I don't remember. It doesn't even matter. So they go in here, they go into this shopping place or whatever. Oh, well, they go in and I didn't get a screenshot of it, but he's wet and he like uses his magic. She's like, what did you do? And he's like, I use my magic to dry off my clothes because you'd be able to hear my squeaky shoes from a mile away or something like that. I can't remember. So, and then she's all like, Loki's coming with me, Mobius. And he's all like, why? And everything. And I'm all like, yeah, why? Like, and she's like, I don't trust him and everything. And I'm all like, okay, but he's been helpful since this point. I get it. You can't trust Loki because he's untrustworthy. But at the same time, I just go, I mean, I don't understand how you're better, and we'll see why. So he goes with her, and then this is Lady Loki, and she's checking everybody out, and they've got 19 minutes and 55 seconds before she hatches her plan. So they're walking along, and they come across this guy who's shopping for plants during a hurricane, and he's all like, why are you shopping for plants? And he's like, it's a hurricane sale, and I'm all like, that's ridiculous. And so he's all like, she's like, is that you? And he's like, it could be. I'd be like, yeah, it's me. If I like, who shops for plants during a natural disaster? Not me. I'll tell you that. So she goes up and he grabs her and he transfers the possession thing to, field agent douche here because she's a douche. So she turns around, she's like, so you're the new me that they got or whatever she says. I don't know. This actress, by the way, I do like this actress. I just don't like this character. This character's a dick. Like, I like this actress in like Watch His House. She was really good in that movie is so scary. Anyways, I just watched that like 2 days ago and I was still scared. Okay, so then they're talking and he's all like, and they go to this room. This part got me sad because all these people, you're like, oh, they're gonna die and they just want to get out of there. They just want to live. That's what really saddens me. I hate death. Like, I don't fear it, but I just hate it. It just makes everything so sad. Life is worth living. So, and this guy is being a total dick right here. This guy, because he's all like, because Mobius is like, have a little compassion, and this guy's, why? They're all dead. And I'm all like, dude, maybe in their last moments they would like somebody to take a little bit of pity on them. You don't have to be a dick, okay? I hope you die too. I hope that agent dies too. I hope we see it too, because he's not a good person also. And this guy's all like, hey, something's going on or whatnot. So she's talking, and I liked also how she was all like, he was all like, well, you're the copy of me, and she's all like, you think I'm the copy or I'm the original, or I can't remember what was said or whatnot. I didn't write down everything. Calm down. So then she trans over to Rick. Was this guy's name Rick? Robbie? Who cares? And they're going on, and then he's all like, I'm going to destroy the time lizards, the time leader lizards. And she's all like, and he's like, and I would need like you as my second in command. And she's all like, oh, you think that? And she's like, no, thank you. She says, no, thank you, which I think that was a lie anyways. So they find this missing agent. I forgot to mention that she took her, but this agent right here, and she's like mumbling, it's true, or it's all true, or it's all real. It's all real. She says it's all real. Or maybe she says both. Maybe it's true, it's all real. Anyways. And I was all like, man, what does that mean? I think, I think just one theory is that she showed her that the multiverse is real, that it's not just one timeline. It's a multiverse, and something's going on in the TVA that Mobius isn't aware of. But I think that one leader lady that's not nice, I think she is aware of it also, because I think it has to do with Kang. Is that his name? It doesn't matter. I think it has to do with him too, because she's like his lover in the comic books. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so they're talking to her, and he's like, what's real? And she's all like, this agent douche wakes up, and then he goes and he sees the little time bombs, and then she gets this guy to beat up Loki, and he's all like, oh, I would never, be mean to myself or whatever. And then they come across, and then she gets ready the timer or whatnot, because time's up or whatnot. And then she reveals herself, and when she pulls back the cloak, I saw this picture right here, and I was just like, oh, that's it. This is so like not what I thought I saw set pictures, and I showed one. I didn't pull one up here, but I showed last time. I showed a picture of her on the set and everything. But this is like so like a nothing burger. It's so stupid. Anyways, so then time's up. They start going off, but they open up. She opens up these gates, and it goes all throughout the timeline, and it starts messing it up. The timeline is beep. So she's freaking out right here. I think she's freaking out because she's all like, what's my boyfriend gonna do? And so these guys, they empty out the TVA, and I think this is my theory. I think she wants the TVA emptied. And my theory is that Lady Loki, she wants her Asgard back. Like, her Asgard was destroyed also, but she wants Asgard back. She wants to be back with her people, and she can't be because they're all dead. Something along those lines. And so she leaves Loki, and she goes through the portal. Well, Loki's, Mobius is running down the hallway, and he's looking back at him, and it's like, do I stay with Mobius or do I go through the portal? And he goes through the portal. I would have went through the portal too, because it's like, I want to know what's going to happen. With you guys, I'm just guessing. With this lady, I'm not guessing. I know. And he goes through, he's all like, damn it. I missed out and everything. So, and so I think, like I said, I think that, hold on, I'm trying to get that picture. Okay. So I think that Lady Loki is, this is my theory. It's probably not true, because it's not that great of a theory, because other than that, I don't know what's going on. But I think that the TVA is not what it seems, but not because of the people like Mobius. They're doing something nefarious. I think it's what's her face? I don't know. The lady that's his boss, the boss lady. I think she and field agent douche. I don't think she has anything to do with either. But I think that it is that lady and Kang the Conqueror. Is it Kang? Shoot, I didn't write it down. Let me look it up real quick. But I think that he is pulling the strings with the TVA, and and uh and that yeah, it's Kang the Conqueror. I think he's pulling the strings, and he set up the TVA to do all of this. And so, yeah, so I think my theory is just that she's trying to get her Asgard back. That's my theory. I think that her Asgard was destroyed also, slash her timeline was all messed up, and like her, because of the multiverse. Like, okay, she shows the one agent the multiverse, and she's like, it's real. The multiverse is real. The TVA lied. There's not just one flow, one timeline. It's multiple timelines. And she showed her the multiverse, and that's why she's all like, it's real. And I think that this Lady Loki is trying to fix her universe in the multiverse, because her people are gone and something happened that everything is messed up, and she just wants to fix it. And she's trying to do that. But first, she has to mess up whatever she needs. It's in the TVA to fix this. It's in the TVA. Something tells me it has to do with the Infinity Stones, all those Infinity Stones in there. But it's in the TVA, and she needs all those agents out right now so she can get in there unhindered. So that is my theory. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but we'll see. I'm gonna go over the trailers to see if there's something, to see what's coming up next and everything, and hone my theory a little bit. All right, so that's my breakdown and review of this episode. Tell me, what did you guys think about this episode of Loki? Are you like me and you just thought it was all right and it was boring and everything because so much talky? Or did you really like it and thought it was thrilling and exciting and all that good stuff? Who's your favorite character on the show? Of course, it's Loki. If you don't say Loki, you're weird. And then who's your least favorite character? I have to say it's the field agent douche. She is not a good person. She's mean. She's not a nice person. Me and her would have problems. Like, I'd be like, excuse me, Miss Thing, Z-Snap. Don't be talking to me like that. But yeah, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit the like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my Loki breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. Bye.